Alright, yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Northside Talks podcast, episode 4. Episode 4. 4 out of 4 consistency. That's a month straight. Holy. Full crew today, first time. How's everybody doing, man? Pressure made Emmanuel in the building. Jelani Goodridge Reed in the building. Milan Stanchu in the building. How's everybody doing?
Doing great. Doing fantastic.
Good, boys. Happy to be here. Just happy to be here as always.
So, fully loaded podcast today. All main sports going on. I guess we'll kick it off. Switch it up a little bit. Kick it off with some footy. Now, I guess it was over the weekend. Well, last week was Champions League. And we saw AC Milan take out Real Madrid quite nasty. If I'm being honest with you, Emmanuel, how are you feeling? Because I know you're on the receiving end of a loss here, so things haven't been going good. It's supposed to be your competition.
How's it?
And,
Okay, but honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I told you guys before the season started. I feel like we're gonna need a year because we gotta build chemistry, bro. I feel like right now the team changed so much without Cruz. We gotta figure out some things. And then we lost Carvajal. We lost a lot of players that are kind of like the heart and soul of the team. And switching out a guy like Carvajal for like Vasquez is like -10, on the chemistry. It's like, bro, that's like playing with 10 players on the field, But I feel like we'll figure it out by next year. We got to make some moves, but I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do it. I think they'll just bring up some other players that they have from like the lower squad and stuff. So.
But how are you feeling about Fonseca? I know kind of hot and cold, eh? Probably
Real
just
fast.
mainly
I'm
cold.
I'm sorry. I have to address something fast. How do you win the Champions League? Add Mbappe to your team and say you have to make more moves to be competitive and you need another year. I don't understand that.
Because
No, you can't justify that, bro.
Yes, you can.
How? You add the best player in the world and somehow you need more pieces?
That's like you saying like everybody is just healthy right now. We're just losing. We keep losing players. We have no chemistry, bro. We have no continuity.
Bro, your bench players can win the Champions League.
No, we cannot, fam. That's not true.
Arda Güler and Brahim Diaz are both quality players that can genuinely be on a Champions League winning side.
That doesn't mean they can win. That doesn't.
They could literally be key pieces to a Champions League side.
So you think those players starting could beat a team
alone?
like
Those players alone. That's just 2 names off the dome, bro.
Yeah, but who
is your backup goalkeeper? He's good enough to start in the Champions League for a starting side. Right?
You're starting because Courtois
exactly
hurt.
Because Courtois hurt. So that's a backup. Bro, I'm saying your backup team is good enough to win the Champions League. You add the best player in the world, and you're trying to tell me you need another year and more pieces? Come on, bro.
Because it's not about.
Are we serious? No. Like the thing is, I'm just seeing giggles here, bro.
We lost Cruz. That's a big part of what we do.
Bro, you have Bellingham. You have Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. Like. Stop being greedy, bro.
You just got Mbappe, fam. You got to figure it out, fam. I'm a big proponent of, I don't think names matter as much. I feel like you guys put a lot of stock on names.
You think Mbappe is just a name, though?
No, but what I'm saying is, they got to gel, fam. They got to figure it out. It doesn't just happen. It's not like magic, It's not like FIFA or 2K, fam. These are real people with emotions. They got to figure out what do you like to do.
I would agree with you. They didn't win last year, but they did. You know what I'm saying? they won last year.
If Cruz was still there, I would understand because I feel like at least they'd have a guy in the middle that could supply them the ball. But right now, we're left
part of the team, bro.
But Modric is not fam. He's not
but
no
Cruz,
disrespect, but
we said this last week or the week before, something like that. Cruz is the one they would miss the most out of everybody from that kind of old team. They don't have no tempo setter. Modric doesn't do what Cruz does. He can, but that's not him to be a tempo setter in the thing, and that's what you guys are lacking. But that being said, you do still.
Emmanuel is saying he's saying making changes, but
But what options are there?
No, that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah,
I'm saying right now we need change because a lot of people are hurt. Rodrigo went down. Militao went down. We're losing by the day.
Sergio.
So at this point, we need someone. What
Sergio Ramos. I still. Not playing with a team. That guy's a freak. What do you mean, fam? You think he would have let that slide against Barcelona, bro? You all might have lost, but Yamal would have been without an ACL. I'll tell you that much. And you would have felt a lot better about it, I'll be honest. That guy's
got
business.
A red card. Then we're playing at 10, fam.
You were already losing. It doesn't matter. But you guys need a veteran.
You think Barcelona would have gave us mercy? Come on, fam. They wouldn't.
No, but y'all would need like Sergio Ramos. I'm being serious. On a free, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose?
That's true.
You ain't
But
got
I
nothing.
don't know if he's there anymore, bro. No disrespect.
He doesn't have to play every single
legend.
game. He just has to be.
Johnny Alves was
You
in
know?
there when he went to Barca and he wore the number 8. You know what I mean? But he just came
There you go.
like a locker room guy almost. You know?
Yeah.
You don't gotta be prime Ramos.
You just need a culture setter in your team because right now all this buddy stuff because I'm Brazilian and Rafinha's Brazilian, so we're boys. And I'm seeing on Camavinga's Instagram account he's playing some game with the national team with Koundé. And I'm like, what's going on with all this, bro? Where's the beef?
What happened to my sport?
This is what I'm saying. All this camaraderie is bad. All this
Hated,
woke
bro.
nonsense, bro.
Utter work? No, yeah, no.
Yeah, utter woke
Could never be my
nonsense.
team.
That's it.
Could never be my team, bro.
That's what I mean. But yeah, Milan, how are you feeling? Because we're getting into it and then kind of backtrack. How
The
do you
question
feel
was about Fonseca, right? The first
Yeah,
question
yeah. How do you feel about
I think
Fonseca?
that's the biggest clown donkey every like Jabba the Hutt, you fat slob, like everything under the sun, worst manager of all time. Like I actually don't think there's like genuinely someone more incompetent than that manager. That just goes to show that win against Real Madrid solidifies that this squad has the talent to genuinely be one of the best teams in the world based on the top talents. And then you surround it with players like Emerson Royale and players like Strahinja Pavlovic and players
Yeah,
like Ruben Loftus-Cheek in 2024. You get what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing?
I saw this. I don't know what game it was. I'm trying to find it. It was a Champions League game. I was watching. It might have been against Club Brugge, maybe.
The game before that.
The game before the Madrid game. I was watching. And honestly, just because we have our own little talks or whatever, I was watching mainly for Leao, and I can't lie to you, guy he was cooking in the first half.
And those are off games.
He was cooking, but see, so this is where like I just want to know your thought on it. But this is just what I saw because I remember in the Euros when we were talking about him in the Euros, it wasn't even just me. There's people that were saying it. The end product was lacking. Now that's not always him. If I whip the ball into you and the ball's going the back of the net, it's not always my fault. You know what I mean? But anyways, against Club Brugge, he was cooking that whole left flank. And then y'all subbed him off. I don't know if you subbed him off right at halftime or like at the hour mark or whatever it was. It was still like 0-0 at the time or 1-0 maybe. I'm gonna see if I can figure that out. But whoever y'all brought, I think y'all brought in Noah Okafor and
We've had him for a bit, yeah.
Yeah, and Chukwueze maybe is who you guys brought in. And
Chukwueze is
both of
also
them
usually on the right.
almost
Yeah.
instantly produced goals through assists. And I'm like, bro, what the heck? Because to me, it made no sense to sub Leao out to begin with.
Right, but that's like the eye test will go, oh, well, clearly Leao's the problem. They score when he's off the field. That's the eye test, right? But if you actually watch the game with like just 1% of mind power, you understand that Leao is the start, the finish, everything.
But
This
is what
team
I'm
runs
saying.
through Leao.
But this is what I'm saying. In the first half, you could see it. I just find this like, how the heck? Because literally, it made zero sense to sub him off at the thing at whenever y'all subbed him off at. But then, like, you watch the final result and like you see how it went after, and I'm like, oh, so it wasn't even. You know what I mean? Like, you got bailed out because this is what happened. You know?
That's just footy sometimes. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, there are games that I can watch Ruben Loftus-Cheek play football and he looks like the English Hullet. But then there's games I watch him play and he actually genuinely like I can't tell if he knows his left from his right. Like when he walks, let alone runs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's an issue, bro. Like he's bad. Like he's genuinely I'm not even trying to be mean. Like he's just not good at football. Like he's just clearly like he's not good enough to wear the number 8 for this club. This is the second most winningest club in the competition all time. He's good enough to wear a historic number like the number 8. Rino Gattuso before him. You know what I'm saying? Like historic, bro. Carlo Ancelotti before him.
Yeah, but that's not your first number to address, bro. Emerson Royale's wearing number 22. Like, that's worse.
I don't even want to get into that.
That's crazy.
That one is disgusting. But again, this is what I'm saying. Like I'm so sick of this because you add in like think about it. Think about if we brought in Hansi Flick instead of Barca. Think about so this is what Leao, Teo, Reinders, Pulisic are doing with Fonseca. Imagine they have Hansi Flick. When we're seeing what Rafinha's doing with Hansi Flick, and we're seeing what Lamine Yamal is doing with Hansi Flick. Do you know what I'm saying?
What's his beef with Leao and Teo?
So from what I understand, he wants him to defend. Make that make sense.
Because
Make
he's
that make
coming on
sense.
some real power tripping thing. From what it looks like on
Make
the
that make
outside,
sense.
anyways. It
He
looks
wants
like a
him
real
to
power
track
trip.
back. He wants him to track back and defend. He needs to track back and defend.
Yeah.
It's just that, but this comes back to what I've been talking about with you guys about with Luka, right? When Luka gives you 40 million points a game
I'm talking about Luka Doncic.
and is the offense, do I need him to defend? No. I don't care if he's a liability, bro. He just scored 80% of the team's points.
You still need him to defend, fam.
I don't.
It's
I
it's
don't.
basketball. It's not
Maybe
soccer. You
effort.
don't have.
Maybe effort.
You don't have. Yeah, you don't.
You know
don't
what?
Have
So like
the other
for
players in the
footy, I
back
think
that-
you want
It's
for
different.
It
footy,
is a
you
different
want at least
sport, and
that
it is a
effort.
5-on-5 rather than 11-on-11.
Yeah, you know?
Sure.
You know the thing, and I
But it's
remember,
just that comes back to what I'm saying is like when you are the offense, when you are the focal point of the team, forget about that, bro. Forget about that.
yeah.
Man, that's not gonna. That's not
No,
gonna
because
make
he's.
you win
I
it.
hear you. I hear you, and I remember saying it in the group chat too. On that, in that same game, it was it wasn't just Leao. It was like Leao, Teo, and like Reinders or one of the midfielders that had a little mental breakdown, and that's why they scored some off goal or whatever. And I was like, okay, if that's your argument, I could see it. But yeah, to your point, if you're producing on offense, figure it out. You know what I mean? Build your team around it.
All the shitty goals we concede are always coming from the right side. Like it's always Emerson Royale's man letting a cross in. Have we noticed? Like every single time, Emerson Royale's at fault. And if it's not Emerson Royale, then we sub in Calabria. Is he any better?
Where are
You
you
know
at
what
with
I'm saying? It's
Calabria? When I first met you, you hated the guy, and then you'd swear he was up for presidency. And now where are we at? Where are we at with him now? For you, I don't.
Nah, he's not good. He's not good at football.
Yeah, dang, sitting 7th right now in Serie A. Goodness.
To be honest though,
gracious.
but that comes back to how Serie A is the most competitive league. First and sixth
But
are
do you-
separated by how many points?
So are you okay with being 7th? Do you think that's like based on how you guys
Well,
have played, it's been deserving, or is it more the fact that
I
Fonseca is
hate
just
to blame the league,
Mhm.
but I look at it like this, right? We lost Teo to suspension.
right?
And then we had a game that was supposed to happen on a Saturday completely canceled because they said there was going to be floods.
Mhm.
The city was sunny with zero floods. And then we had to play that game with Teo suspended against Napoli, who's been perennially in the first fourth of the season, in the first quarter of the season, they've been the best team in the league, right? I believe they're still top of the Serie A table, if I'm not mistaken, at least on goal difference.
Yeah.
And they had their game with Inter. I can't remember if they lost or drew, but it's between those two right now as the top two teams in Serie A, right?
Mhm.
And had we had Teo, let's see, could we have a different conversation? Clearly, I think so. So I mean, does that affect us? Sure, but at the end of the day, bro, we've already dropped so many crucial points to so many weak sides just because Fonseca is an idiot. Like, up until the last game against the game after Real Madrid as well, we drew 3-3. Leao subbed out. Have we noticed? And then we draw 3-3. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? But Leao starts. I don't know if you saw the connection with Reinders. Dribbles through the entire team, chips it over the goalkeeper. That's what 3 minutes in, and then it's just clearly he's not. You don't bench your best player. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That doesn't make, even if he's out of form, you let him play through it. You let him find his form, and you let him figure out his way. You don't bench your best player. What kind of point are you trying to make? This is selfishness. This guy's a fool. This guy's
Yeah,
an
this
actual
comes
moron.
off power
I
trip.
want him gone. To the moon. This guy should not manage, because this isn't the first experience. I've seen stories come out from when he managed Roma and he outed Dzeko the same way, and that's why Dzeko ended up going to Inter, because he didn't want to be there anymore, and that was the captain of Roma at the time. Do you get what I'm saying? This guy's an issue. This guy's a problem, because Leao at his best, let's be honest, is a top 10 player in the world. Pure talent wise, Leao is a top 10 player in the world. You can
disagree,
maybe name
Skyler?
9
Let's let
players
Skyler
better
I
than
didn't
Leao.
even say anything. I didn't say
Yeah,
shit.
he's
He's
like,
getting
he's
his
like,
point across. He's getting his point across. I'm not I'm not
One,
interrupting.
fam.
You can
not
maybe name
interrupting.
9 players that are better than Leao.
I'm not
I did-
interrupting.
yes.
Leao's cold. It's
Right?
just whenever I watch him,
The guy's
it's
getting
not
benched.
always 10 out of 10s. It's like, but
The
I've
guy's
seen
getting
him.
benched because he's not defending.
You know,
Get out.
because the thing is too, I'm looking at the table right now, and it's getting to that point. So 1 through 6, there's only 2 points.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's
But
the most
Milan-
competitive league in the world. But we're gonna tell me the Prem is the best because
We can
Man
get
City
to
runs
that
the
after.
league every year.
We can get to
well,
that after.
that's
But
another
Milan right now
topic.
is with 18 points, so you guys are 6 points off of fourth. I mean, off
And that's
of
the team that
sixth.
just beat Real
Sorry.
Madrid. And that's the team that just beat Real Madrid.
That's what I'm saying. So what is it? Is it the team? Is it Fonseca? Because
Yeah,
I feel like
but
you know what I
we're
mean.
also not the best right now, you know. So it's kind of, we're not the best test, fam. If we're being honest.
Yeah, man.
But that's the problem.
Stake your
what I
claim,
love?
man. Yeah,
You
let
know
them know
what I
that
love?
was a.
You know what I
Let them
love?
know that was a
Whenever
one-off.
Goalposts.
Whenever Leao on the brightest of stages does that, all of a sudden, oh, but they weren't that good this game.
Yeah,
You know
the
what I mean?
goal
It's
posts
never,
are
it's never,
pushed.
hey, good job, Leao.
Nah,
Like,
but fam, it's been a spell, you know. It's not like it's just you guys. Barca just
Nah.
whooped us, you know. Like we're not in
Because
a good
Barca's
place
good
mentally
too.
right now. Vinny
It's
just
not
got
because Madrid's
robbed.
bad. It's because Barca's good, bro.
That's true, but Vinny just got robbed. We're there mentally, fam. Like it hurts.
All I was hearing is that they were there mentally. All I was hearing is that he got robbed, so he's gonna come with a vengeance against Milan. And then first of all, let's talk about Vinny diving because he thought Mignon stomped on. Disgusting.
Oh,
Disgusting.
that was nasty.
that's fair.
That was
Yeah,
nasty.
nasty work. Yeah.
I was just looking because you brought up the Premier League because I saw something about this earlier on Twitter. From third place, which is Chelsea right now, to 13th place, which is United,
Yeah.
it's only a 4-point difference. Tight.
Right.
And this goes
So-
back to what we were saying before. Like, I understand City wins the league all the time, but it's not like the rest of the league is just a bunch of. Do you know what I mean? It's
So
tight.
it took Chelsea like $8 billion to get to third place
Oh,
after
okay.
four
Well, now
seasons.
we're just that doesn't matter though. What I'm talking about
That's
is
just
where the
hate.
standing is, bro. I'm talking
No,
about
but
where the standings are
is that competition or is that spending extortionate amounts of money? Do you get what I'm saying?
to be competitive. At the end of the
That-
day,
that's
if you're third place,
Pay to win, bro.
there you go. Pay to win. And if you're paying, and this is what the results. To be honest, I didn't realize. I knew Chelsea was doing good. I didn't realize they were in third right now. I kind of expected them to die off at this point, but trust in whatever they got going on over there. Jelani, how are you feeling with Amorim coming in?
Yeah. You know how I feel about this club.
Not like Dallas.
No, they're both comedy clubs. I just look, man. I just hope it works out because I say this each manager that comes in. I really just hope that we could turn the tide, right? I think the vibes in Man U they haven't been the same for a long time. We know that obviously. So my hope is that we first fix the culture because the culture's been at an all-time low in my opinion. For a minute, you could argue it hasn't been anywhere close to where it should be since Mourinho, to be honest. So I think there's a chance that the culture does get changed. The second thing I want is let's get the goal scorers going. What's going on with Højlund? What's going on with Xerxes? Like, you give them all that dough. And I swear they got like a combined less than 5 goals in like all competitions this season.
What's the timeline? What's the timeline that you're willing to work with? So you said reset the culture. What's the timeline? Is that within a season?
Yeah, because I know because it's quick. It's like you're in or you're out.
That's what I mean.
Quick, so.
Because realistically, I feel like Ten Hag's stint, if we're really being honest, like now that it's done,
Overloaded kind of thing.
overloaded, but like 2.5 years, not even a full half, because we didn't get to January. You know what I mean? And you're out the door already. Like you can't expect Amorim to come in and in 2 years turn the team around.
That's what it is, though. Yeah, that's what it is, though. Because now with this club, it's like it's literally a drive-through. with these guys, you know what I'm saying? You're like you place your order, you're gone. It's like I wanted Ten Hag to work. You guys remember I did defend him the first half of his tenure.
Yeah. When we were doing good.
The latter part of his tenure, I was over it. Okay. But it's just like because we gotta restore confidence. I think that's the main thing. I just don't see a confident group when I watch these guys anymore. I don't see a belief, right? like ever. I'm talking about ever, and that's why other clubs, other fans, they look at Man U as a joke. You think I want that for my team
Bro,
to be
Banter Club
considered
is
a
nothing.
joke? To me, it doesn't matter. Like I don't even look at formation. I don't even look at who's on the pitch that day. I just want a manager that will come in and change the tide, right? And I also think at the end of the day, with Amarim, hopefully we get things figured out on the wing, okay? Because that's been a area of weakness clearly. I also want to see, just based on what he's done in terms of his formations in the past, what is the back gonna look like? You know,
I think it's gonna be
because
totally different.
Skylar, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm like I was about to say, like it's gonna be a lot different than we're used to. Hopefully, it will be improvements from what we've been used to seeing. But again, I don't know.
Bro,
Time will tell. Time will
the
tell. I think he got 2 years, bro. That's what it is now with Man U. Is you got 2 years
see
to
the
prove
thing is,
something,
I
and I
hear
feel
that's
that's so
crazy.
quick. It's so I know, but that's what it is now. That's what it is with us. So I don't know.
Can I
We'll
ask you
see
both
though.
something
Uh,
as United fans?
mm,
So, just off the dome, post Fergie, you've had Moyes, Giggs, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ole, Ranić.
mm-hmm.
Am I missing someone? Ten Hag. That's it.
Carrick was a
Yeah,
caretaker for
and
like a
then
few
yeah, and
games.
then RVN for like
Yeah.
a two
Yeah, man,
Okay,
seconds.
RVN.
so
Yo, why they
you
do it
would
like
say,
that, bro?
let's
I
say,
know. I know.
what's the bar that you're trying to at least reach here? Is it in the
Skylar.
Mourinho
There
stint
is
or
no
is it the
bar.
Ole
There
stint?
is no bar.
It'd
But
be
no, this is not with any bro. Listen, my club, you're privileged, Emmanuel, because your club, your banter era, you get Zidane the next year,
You
and then
know?
you
I
guys win the
know.
Champions. Like that's your banter. Like you know
Like
what I
what?
mean? Like I've been in this. I've been in the
So
trenches like this for years, years. I watch my club suffer, bro. You know what I mean? I watch my club do haka dances, like to try to raise money.
Damn.
We sold our team bus. Do you understand? Like we were in the
What?
trenches. Like, we didn't have
poverty.
transportation, right? So this is my point being like, what's the bar for like what's the bare minimum you expect? Does he have to reach the Mourinho level in your eyes? Does he have to reach the Ole level? Like, or what was the highest?
Well,
Like, what do
see,
you expect?
the thing is, and obviously, you don't want to just say the Mourinho level because even that, if you really looked at it, when he came in, he was supposed to do more than what he did. Now we
Do
didn't
you think
know
so? Do you think so? Because
when you take
didn't
a
he come out and
manager
say
when you take a manager
that?
that had won everywhere he went in Europe, and everyone's looking at Champions Leagues, and he brought us a Europa League, it was like
But that comes
great.
back to what you were saying, right? He said the biggest achievement he's had in his career was
Yeah,
finishing second with Manchester United,
yeah,
and that goes to show because
That was a
it
good
was
statement.
blatant when we watched him go to Tottenham and he couldn't even win a trophy because that's how cursed that club is. Because even when he had a chance to, when he got to a final, they went and sacked him,
yeah.
right?
The thing is, I feel like this is why I asked Jelani with the timeline thing. I don't even want to put a bar for Amarim. Like I just want it's hard to talk about it and not sound like a hypocrite because I feel like you just say like I end up said it with Ten Hag already, and then by the end of his tenure, I was ready to see him out the door. So it's like I just don't even want to put a bar. I think for me, year one, by the end of this season, just give me a system that I can see with my own eyes,
Yeah.
and I know okay, this is what we're trying to do. So and so doesn't fit though. So and so doesn't fit. That's okay with me. That's fine. Establish a system. On top of that, this will sound like I guess optional, but I feel like for United and any big clubs really, it matters. Be likable. Ten Hag wasn't like he came in kind of hard.
Not Ole. He's not Ole.
That's what I mean. But like Ole
Yeah.
was a likable manager. But obviously, I think people had a slight bias towards him too because of what he did with the club already, playing with the club.
Of course.
But Amram, just be a likable manager. I mean, like even I don't know what Tottenham's doing nowadays, but Ange was a likable manager when he came into Tottenham, and I feel like regardless of results from that first season, he just had people willing to be bought in because I think it was against Chelsea. They went down like to 8 men, 9 men, or whatever, and they were playing some high. They weren't just parking the bus basically; they were still trying to play their game, and I feel like they earned a lot of respect because of that. And that was all because of Ange. I feel like Amram, be likable in your first season. and have a system that we can establish. The culture thing will come with time. I don't think that's something that's going to change right away, because with culture, you need certain players to come in and now establish a new culture, everything like that. And realistically, if we're being totally honest, Jelani, on this team, I'd have a fire sale on pretty much everybody except for like a handful of your young guys that
I'm okay with that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with it too. I think everyone's okay with it. I think the only guys that you would probably keep around for your next phase is like Kobe Mainu. People are turning the tide right now on Garnacho. I don't know if he's going to be involved in that. Ahmed Diallo, I think they would do that.
I think he's going to be in it, but he's so inconsistent, man.
That's what I mean. But like this one, that's my point though. There's probably like 5 players maybe that you're willing to hold, and everyone else.
How do you feel about the Butcher?
He's good when he's playing, but
I don't know
when he's healthy.
That's the problem.
Yes.
And the thing is too, because you were talking about Joanne, what the back is going to look like.
Yeah, like the wingbacks, like
Ruben Amorim, the guy bangs out a 3 in the back system. Like, you know what I mean? This is different levels for Old Trafford. You know what I mean? So we're gonna have to figure out how this even works.
Center back spot, I don't know.
Lenny Yoro has not a chance yet. We don't even know what that guy's
doing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna have to lean on that. We'll see, but I just want to know what he's gonna do with those wingbacks.
So on one side,
we need Malacia healthy to see anything.
Yo, I saw that guy was playing with the under-21s, bro. How old is this guy? What the heck? He hasn't played in years. What the hell's going on? But yeah, no, I think for the wingbacks, anyways, on the right side, I think we're pretty much set. Nusair Mazraoui, Diogo Dallo, I feel like that's competent enough for year
those
one
are the guys for
you.
Yeah.
The left side?
The left. I should have emphasized the left side.
I don't know about the left side, because Luke Shaw... I'm not trying to say nothing, but he's not getting up and down the line like that.
There used to be talks about him versus Teo back in my day.
Oh, Luke Alberto Carlos. Do you remember that? What was it? It was the pandemic? I think it was the pandemic. That guy was hooping. And then, now, so the left side's real suspect. The forwards, I think we have a decent group of forwards, but it's all about how are you going to, because it's usually like a 3-4-2-1 or something. There ain't no wingers over there. You know what I mean? So, Rashford, if you're going to come in as a second striker, and because Bruno's going to be a staple, that's probably already a thing. Yeah. Hoyland is probably going to be the out-and-out number 9. In my head, what would work, what I would want to see anyways, is Hoyland being the out-and-out 9 with like Xerxes as your second guy next to like Bruno or something like that. That, in my head, is what I would like to see. Whether that works or not is... hold it.
You just want to see how it would go.
I want to see how it goes
under this new system.
I feel like Hoyland and Xerxes, their games complement each other very well. So I feel like this is a good opportunity to see that. That being said, we've all seen Victor Gyökeres over there. You're just kind of waiting. And now again, we don't need him. Well, shoot, maybe we do need him. I don't know.
Maybe
we don't need him sitting on the bench for $100 million, bro.
Who?
Enough. This is the breather I'm talking about, bro. Like, this is the same. This is actually exactly like Real Madrid. Real Madrid wins the Champions League, signs the best player in the world. We need more pieces. You guys spend $8 billion. We need more pieces. Bro, I have Emerson Royale starting for my club. I need more pieces. We don't want to
use men properly. We that's why that's a different type of greed than Madrid.
Yeah, no, y'all are stacking up on positions y'all don't need.
Nah. This is a bad narrative, though. We're just hurt. If we weren't hurt, I wouldn't say we don't need anything. We just need chemistry. We need a year to figure it out, fam. But outside, like, you guys can't tell me we don't need players, fam. At this point, who's gonna play? Like,
you're right, but prior to the last game, prior to Militao going down and Rodrigo going down, does Carvajal being out weigh that much on your team that you can't? You know what I mean? I'm just asking. I'm not saying.
Militao had a bad year when healthy, and last year he sat out the entire year and they won the Champions League. Do you get what I'm saying? How important is Carvajal really? I mean, Militao really?
That's
It's a good point. This is what like it's.
And I like Militao.
Many's gonna play center back.
What's Alaba doing? What's he? Every time I see him,
he might not ever play again. He might retire.
Yeah. Really?
He's just vibes. He's vibes,
bro.
Now.
Every time I look at that guy, he's looking more and more Filipino, bro. I don't know what's happening. Looking more and more like an uncle. I don't know.
I just see him on like the fashion fits pages.
That's what I mean. I was like, brother, are you still on the team? Like, what's happening?
Kyle Kuzma of world football.
Fits, bro.
But Carvajal is Vasquez, fam. Come on, fam. You gotta make some type.
I was saying before, or we were all saying before. I think you guys call over Liverpool and see what Trent's saying, but They got
See, but
him
that's the
playing
thing,
over
right?
there. I don't know.
Another fullback that can't defend. So is that the solution we need?
He can't defend, but at least it's better than Vasquez.
And he
Is
can
it?
pass.
He
He
is.
can pass really well.
Yes.
He can
That's
pass
what we
very
need.
well.
You
Arguably
can figure
top
out.
3
You
in
can
the world
figure
right
out
now.
your
But he
system.
can't defend, and that's the one issue that right back is facing right now. That whenever the left winger is attacking him, he's cooked. Like, what did Leao ate him alive? Leao ate
It's
him
kinda
Here's-
bad.
alive.
Here's
It's
what
so
I'm
bad,
saying.
bro.
If you're Madrid, you might have to, because they did it. You guys did it against. You guys did it against Liverpool. I think in the Champions League, you played Valverde as like a winger or even as
Valverde
a
as
straight
fullback.
right
Yep.
back.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
But I'm
what they
not
did
saying
last
he has to
season.
play right back specifically,
At one
but
point.
Rodrigo's gone right now, so you know what I mean. That can be your pseudo right winger to play with, as in Valverde, and he can just do what he does and just clean up the whole mess. Because to Milan's point, Trent's not stopping nothing at all. That guy. And the things, I feel bad for him because as a right back, I feel like there's a lot of like particularly good left wingers that are just like you know what I mean? I feel like there's a lot of right wingers out there, but a lot of them are like these inverted kinds where they'll come in whatever. I don't know, left wingers, you got Vinny who's just gonna be willing to put you on an island. Kvaratskhelia is willing to put you on an island. Leao's putting you on an island. You know what I mean? So you gotta defend. So I feel bad for him at times when I'm watching him play, and I'm like, you know what, man, just try your best. You know what I mean? But man, footy talks. That's that. Moving on. You guys want to talk about basketball or football? This is an open-ended podcast right now.
I'm watching
We got-
basketball, so let's do that.
Oh, you're watching? Okay,
Let's
bet.
get basketball
Yeah,
going,
Clay.
man. I feel like we haven't, considering
Clay's,
we're.
Clay's return
Yeah,
right
Clay
now.
versus.
Oh yeah, did you guys see he got like greeted by like 100 of like the Warriors
Yeah.
staff or
As
whatever?
he should.
I was like,
As he
whoa.
should.
I've never seen that before
it,
though.
bro.
Like, there's been homecomings before.
Yeah.
No.
I've never
But that's because like he was drafted there and they won a lot, and they became like a thing. Like Clay was never supposed to leave the Warriors, fam. To be honest, but
I know, bro.
It breaks my heart when I see like
yeah, it's so
compilations
weird.
like Steph
Yeah.
sending the pass that he's supposed to send to
Oh,
Clay,
I
and then
saw that.
no one's there. No one's
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
And jeez, bro. You literally he starts getting frustrated.
Nah, I don't know. Clay's annoying to me. I don't like him that much. I can't lie.
Really?
Off
What?
all of this. I don't need to see this every time
Yeah,
something
but
happens.
If I've won,
Yeah,
I've fam, I'm flexing that.
No,
bro.
I
You
get
know?
it, but bro,
Yep.
and then like even from the Cavs ring with LeBron, how I guess LeBron's feelings got hurt, and then they lose, and he's the first one off the court, bro. Like, what do we? Come on, man.
I don't listen to Drake.
So say like, bro, what? So I don't know. Obviously, he's one of the greatest shooters of all time, if not the greatest spot up shooter. That guy has been. You know what I mean? He could hoop, but
Prettiest jumper too.
yeah, I can't lie. That stuff's real fundamental. You know what I mean?
I think Ray Allen got the nicest jumper ever.
You think so?
Have you guys
Yeah,
seen
like this the purest jumper.
Have you guys seen the discourse
Allen.
around Patty Mills? Patty Mills jump shot.
Oh, it's nice too.
Patty Mills jump shot. I got put onto it through that video. I was like, oh shoot, it's a consistent little stroke he got over there. I don't know.
I like James Harden's and I like Clay's personally.
Yeah.
I like Durant's.
I like Durant's
That's
too.
okay, yeah.
I like Durant's too.
Ray
Durant's is
Allen.
just unguardable.
You know, it's an
Ray
underrated one
Allen
as
and
well.
Steph,
Uh,
obviously.
Jamal
Steph.
Crawford.
Yeah, I haven't tapped into
Crawford.
Jamal Crawford's
Oh,
jumpers like that. I usually just
No,
watch
it's
the
nice.
layups.
It's Sean Marion.
Stop.
Ooh.
Stop.
You know
Hey,
what's actually
Jackson.
nice though? Dame Lillard. Dame Lillard's form is actually
that's my guy.
quite
Have you
nice,
seen
fam.
that thing from, I think it was last year, the year before, how he actually shoots the ball? Have you seen that?
I think so.
Yeah, it's
With his
kinda-
hand, like he doesn't, like his hand is
unorthodox,
flat
yeah.
when he shoots, so it's
Yeah.
like the ball just rolls off his thing.
off his palm.
Yeah, like that's what, like, why? How did you even learn to shoot like that? You know what I mean? Speaking of weird jumpers, actually, because you brought up Sean Marion, have you guys seen LaMelo Ball's jump shot? LaMelo Ball's got a weird.
Don't
jump shot.
matter. It does not.
No, it doesn't matter.
All
It doesn't
the Ball
matter.
brothers got weird jump shots, bro.
It doesn't matter. But that guy
All the
shoots
Ball
like
brothers got weird jump shots.
who?
Okay, that's true.
All the Ball brothers got weird jump shots, bro.
I mean, what does LiAngelo's jump
Jello-
shot look
Jello's-
like, bro?
Yeah,
Haven't
it's
seen
He'll
that
like-
find
guy.
out.
alright,
He's not gonna make the
He
league.
might have the best one. D'Angelo might have the best jump
I
shot.
haven't seen it. I don't even know what it looks like. They fixed Lonzo's.
Yeah,
Lonzo used to have that weird, like, you know?
Yeah.
Lonzo's look like how you would shoot if you were trying to get contact and get a foul, like going this way. You know what I mean? That's how he would shoot.
Do you remember why he said that he shot like that?
No.
He was apparently getting blocked on
Oh,
one side
okay.
so much that they told him to shoot left or something like that,
Oh,
and he
shoot.
just didn't.
So that's why
So
he
he
would
just
bring
did
it
shot
around.
right, but like did the whole like circle thing with it.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh
he
my
was money
God.
with it until he got to the league and they forced him to change it. Even now, I feel like you
Yeah,
can
that's
still
the
kind of
thing.
see it a little. I don't know.
Where is Lonzo,
Yeah.
bro?
He's back. He's healthy now, no?
He got healthy and then he hurt his
not
wrist.
really.
Now he's
Got hurt
almost
again.
again.
Oh,
he's
no.
not. Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing, Sky. He hasn't played.
Man.
That's the thing, bro. Even with LaMelo, I'm like, this year I just wanted to be healthy. He's been healthy so far. He's been balling.
LaMelo's been
And shout
hooping.
out to Chandler Parsons talking smack about LaMelo, saying he's not a star.
Really?
Yeah,
He
I
said
didn't
that?
see that.
Yo,
That's
don't
crazy.
give me that.
Chandler
Don't give me that
Parsons,
BS.
fam.
Chandler Parsons is
give me
one of
that.
the overpaid players in the history of the
Yeah,
NBA, bro.
can he say it? What
Don't
do you
give
know
me that.
about being a star, bro?
Chandler Parsons, bro.
Like if he's talking about the fact that he's in Charlotte and they're not a good franchise, okay, I understand that, but he's still a star. Everyone knows LaMelo. We knew LaMelo from high school.
Yeah, well, when
From-
he was
from
in
before
grade
that.
school, bro. Yeah.
Like before that, like stop it, bro. Don't give me that BS, man.
Yeah.
Only Chandler I represent is Chandler Bing, dog. Fucking Chandler Parsons.
But yeah, man, I feel like as a Toronto podcast, people talk about the Raptors at all. So I feel like it's about the right time.
Emmanuel's excited to talk about them. He's excited.
Nah, fam. There's not much to talk about. No, this is.
You don't
I love
think
the
so?
Raptors, but no, there is, but there isn't, fam.
I think
We're like-
I think we're like the best tanking team right now. You know what I mean? We're like the
Like,
best bad
I
team.
think
Yeah, I agree
like,
with that.
in
But that's
terms
not
of
a
like the
good
way to do it, 100%,
Yeah,
bro.
bro. We
Every
got
game's entertaining.
Yeah. I think our rookies are looking good. You know what I mean? I feel like Masai does a very good. Oh, Masai, Bobby Webster, the whole front office really do a good job of drafting. You know what I mean? Making the most of the draft picks because Jamal Shed was like a late second round pick. Mobile, I think, was a late first pick or early
I'm
second
loving
round pick.
Agbaji's game, bro. Agbaji's been sick this year.
Yeah, man.
Baji's going crazy.
Stepping in for Scotty right now while he's injured. He's been tremendous.
Grady's
But
taking
you
a
think
lead.
that- He is, but fam, we're not gonna win. We need a start, and nobody wants to come to Toronto, fam.
Hey,
Unfortunately,
we don't need to win
That's
right
never
now.
gonna
That's
happen unless
fine.
we either
We need
trade
a
for them
star,
draft
fam.
picks, like,
Huh?
Yeah, we know that. That's why Cooper Flag, bro, come through,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, what'd you say, Milan?
That's never happening unless we're trading for them
know.
or if we're drafting them. Which the one time we traded for one, he locked in and then we won a ring.
Yeah, literally, fam. And then he left.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, the way it's looking right now, we got a lot of valuable pieces that could
So,
throw
Skyler, you
around in
think-
the thing.
So without, you think we could win? If
No.
we just keep drafting? Okay,
Oh,
okay,
you
that
mean
was
like
my-
no? If like Milan said, if we draft a star, then sure, I think we can have a competent team just through drafting. That's basically what we did last time, minus Kyle Lowry we traded for. But everyone else on that team, like DeMar, we drafted, Pascal, we drafted, Norm, we drafted. You know what I mean? So like we can have a competent team. I think even the team we have right now, if you project it 5 years into the future and like nothing crazy happens, like no crazy injuries and yada yada yada,
Yeah, low-key.
it's a decent team. You know what I mean? It's a respectable team that. Probably a playoff team, second, third round team kind of thing, But I don't know. I feel like it's a good, like Jelani was saying, tank for Cooper Flag, man. I feel like I think we have the odds for it. We just lost to Milwaukee, who also suck.
Yeah,
right
come
now.
on, fam.
How do y'all feel about RJ? Because I
RJ's
don't know how
balling.
I feel
He's
about
doing
him this
good.
year.
I like him.
He's
bro.
balling.
Recently, he's been buns. Because I can speak on how he's been for my fantasy. He's been buns recently.
Really?
He's been hooping on. Oh, okay. He put up 3 for 14 tonight. Okay, never
You
mind.
get what I'm saying?
He
Like,
got
I
three
feel
for
like-
14.
That's tonight,
not
but-
tonight, but like in general,
The
like
previous games, he's doing well, fam.
Game before that, 5 for 15. Game before that, 6 for 15. Game before that, 9 for and then he
Well,
had
how many
5 for 21
points?
game, 10
This
for
guy
20.
get to the cup too.
I
What's
think I
that?
think it's more so. Yeah, I think it's just more so like his confidence. I'm really liking it, because obviously New York he got a bit held back in terms of what he could do. Here it's like what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think with time, with more development, I think eventually he could be in a situation where he might be not. I don't know about this year, but there might be a year where he balls out and ends up in those MIP talks. Most improved.
Yeah, I feel like what's it called? I feel like low key the way we're constructing the team again, projecting. Because I remember heading into the season, there was a lot of like, oh, RJ's supposed to, or we want RJ to turn into a two-way guy and da-da-da-da, whatever. And don't get me wrong, I advocate for two-way guys. Those are the best type of players to me. But shoot, if Mobo's hooping, Scotty is what Scotty is already. We got Agbaji already on the team.
Yeah.
There's not as much of an emphasis for him to be a two-way guy. You know what I mean? He can kind of just do his thing, get his buckets, and be that consistent out-and-out scorer. You know what I mean? That puts up around 20-some points a night. Like, he did have a stint earlier in the season, and that's the other thing I wanted to get into. I feel like a lot of the stats, and this isn't necessarily a good thing per se, but I don't know. It depends how you look at it. I think a lot of stats, especially looking at like RJ Barrett and Grady Dick, it's kind of inflated, I feel like, because there was that stretch of games where Scotty wasn't there and IQ wasn't there. So you could tell it was literally just give the ball to those two and they have the green light for everything. I think it was more impressive from Grady because he was supposed to just be a regular shooter. Now this guy's coming into the arc, you know what I mean? Layups, some dunks, mid-range. I think heading into like the weekend or so, I just saw stuff on Twitter. He was like leading the league in like mid-range points or something like that. So he could hoop. I feel like it's been a promising start. And yeah, as far as taking goes, I think we're doing it the right way. Keep the games real close right to the end, and then we could throw it away. You know what I mean? If that's what we want to do.
I feel like, I don't know, why they probably need RJ to play defense is because of Grady Dick, fam. Because you can't have like two players that, fam, one is hard, fam. Because you know the other team knows the same thing, fam. They're going to do picks until you switch and they have Grady Dick on them. If Bear's not playing defense either, fam, come on, bro.
I'm not saying don't play defense. I think naturally RJ is a competent defender because he has all the right tools for it. Guys like Grady, and we're going to go back to, I feel this is the 4th episode in a row bringing this up. Guys like Luka, the ceiling is only so high for defense, bro. You can only do so much.
At least try, fam. Luka don't be trying, fam.
You could try.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't have to try. I don't care. I don't care.
This guy, he's never going to win like that, fam.
Good. He's a winner in my eyes, bro. He won the bigger tournament, bro. He won in Europe. Yeah. That's bigger than in the US.
What?
He won a whole continent. He won a whole continent.
Let's stop it. Let's move
World
on,
champions
fam.
of what?
Let's starting again.
World champions of what?
Come on, fam. Don't do that, fam.
I think we talked about it last week. But Milan, you weren't here last week, I don't think. What do you think about the Milwaukee situation, bro? And how they're looking? Because on one hand, I can't speak for tonight. I didn't look at what they were doing tonight. But Giannis and Dame have been hooping, like individually. Like their numbers look great. Giannis is damn near putting up MVP numbers right now. But they're like 3 and 8 now, I think.
But the real MVP, exactly. The real MVP is who brings the value of the most important thing to your team, which is wins, right?
Of course.
And the real MVP, at least at this point, is the guy that's leading every statistic in the league, and that's Nikola Jokic. That's ultimately the bottom line is the issue with the Bucks for the last since Dame that's come in has been very clear that there's just not chemistry between this. Like everyone is saying, you can see it from a mile away, and you can like they don't. It's just terrible body language between the two of them. Like you don't. Like I'm not a specialist on this stuff, obviously. At the end of the day, I'm just a fan of basketball, and I love it. Like that's all it comes down to. But clearly, when you have a player of Dame's caliber who, during that bubble, apart from maybe Braun, maybe a 5-game stretch of TJ Warren, Booker, you know what I mean? Like that was a top 3 player in the league, right? Yeah. And then you've got Giannis, who's a champion, one of the best defenders we've seen in his position all time, right? Like clearly is unstoppable when going to the rim, and they can't figure it out together.
Yeah. I think it's defense.
And there's the coach. You know what I mean? Like,
and Darvin Ham. Golly.
But to be fair, tonight they played without Dame and they won.
But that's also
the Raptors. Also played us. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's the Raptors. The Raptors have been somewhat, you know.
You just said there's not much to talk about, bro. What do you mean?
I feel like every team we play, we give it a good shot. You feel me? Like you said, we keep it close. We keep it interesting, you know.
And that's how it's supposed to be as a taking team. But
Milan, to your point, I was gonna say I think it's defense, fam. Because how come with Drew it worked, but with Dame it's not working? Like I feel like they're putting up numbers.
Because Drew's one of the best teammates you can have in modern day NBA, bro.
And defensively, he's gonna bring a mindset, not just him, like on one-on-ones, but he's gonna bring that to the team. I feel like they score a bunch, but the other team always outscores them, fam.
Whose team do you think? I think it's Giannis' team, but whose team do you think they think it is? Because there was always talks when they first came that this is
That's
your team.
Giannis'
Oh,
team.
it's
problem,
Giannis' team.
fam.
Giannis was trying to play
Giannis.
that.
Giannis' team, but it's his problem because he be saying stuff like, "Oh, we want
Because he's
big,
also at
fast."
the end of the day,
Nice,
you
man.
would get the point guard, the primary ball handler, to be the leader of the team to some degree, right? And it's not like Dame is a bum. Like clearly, he's one of the best players in the league in his position, right? So like, in a sense, I understand where Giannis was coming from when he's saying, "Oh, this is your team now. You're gonna lead the team," right? But it's just like when you don't have a clear head, there's like who's the team gonna follow? I don't know if you've seen last week. There was a moment where Giannis was doing a post game interview after a Knicks loss, and then someone in the locker room was talking. He goes, "You don't want to be here? Just go. No one's holding you here. Like just go."
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like that's
Yo,
one
I'll
of
be
those.
mad too, fam.
But I feel that's just one of those
That's
that humble gimmick that Giannis has going on. Like even though he said at the start of the season, like, "Oh yeah, I know, if we don't win this year, I might get traded."
You're
Like,
traded,
bro,
yeah,
shut
shut
up, bro.
up,
Like, you're
bro.
not getting
So
traded. If you're
So
gonna get
annoying.
traded, it's gonna be because
not
you are
getting
asking
traded.
for a trade. They're not gonna trade you. Like that doesn't make sense. But we were talking last week about Giannis and a trade because I saw something on, I think it was the Colin Coward show last week or something like that, and he was saying how apparently the Knicks went and traded for Karl Anthony Towns with the intention of flipping him for Giannis next year. I don't know how valid that is. I haven't seen it anywhere but that show.
Big Purr's been cooking though.
But-
I'm not gonna lie.
Big
Big Bodega's been nice.
Big Bodega.
Big
Fam,
Bodega's
if
been nice this year.
But what would you think about that if the Knicks were able
Big
to do
Purr.
that and they were able to?
Bro,
to
listen. I told you I'm a closeted Knicks fan. I'm telling you, my Knicks, bro. Right? So like, I'm there for it.
My nigga.
Do you think that'll put them
I'm
over the
there.
top?
What's that? Well, that
Because it's Boston's the team to beat. That's what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
tough, bro.
Yeah.
Jelani, you think it would?
They got it.
I think a full-on
Yeah.
healthy team
For
would
sure.
have beaten the Pacers last year, and I think there's a
Yes.
like it would have gone to a
I
6 or
agree.
7 game series against Boston. I think Boston's the better team, but I think in a 7 game series, a one-off game, you don't know what would happen, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it'll make them better, like clear cut better. I'm not 100% sold on it.
They have the
Because you
power
to
of
think-
friendship right now. That's the issue. Like they have chemistry beyond belief. Like that's literally they're the anti-Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like everyone
the Knicks-
knows
but
what
they're
they're
not
doing
like-
in the team right now.
But they're not winning like that though. That's the only thing. Like even them, they're not playing.
Well, they're not
You
gonna
know,
go
like-
82-0.
And fam, they have a bad.
The
record,
Knicks?
bro.
The
Right
Knicks
now,
are
they have
the-
a
I mean,
bad
everyone's
record.
got a bad record in the East, man.
Nick.
Like the East sucks.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
I feel like that's so bad. That's terrible, bro. Like
That's
Terrible.
something I wanted to bring up. The East is bad. Like Indiana is right now the third seed. They're 500. There's only 2 teams over 500 right now in the East.
Yo, shout out to the Cavs, bro. Shout out to the
Yeah,
Cavs.
Undefeated.
But just wait for the playoffs.
Yeah.
exactly. This is stinking of Atlanta Hawks 2014. Like
Yes,
stinking
yes.
of that, bro. Like
2014-15, yeah, they're
like
the same guys.
Jared Allen, I see you, Paul Millsap. Like don't like who are you fooling, buddy? Al Horford? Okay, fuck, like, shut up, bro.
They're gonna get 5'd by Boston, bro. Like
5 is generous, bro. Finish in the first game. They're gonna forfeit. That'll be the first forfeit in NBA history.
They Indiana right now 5-5, third seed. If they were in the West, they'd be 11th, bro. Like that's
I
how
think
ugly it is.
And that goes to show how bad Tyrese Halliburton has been since the All-Star break. Tyrese Halliburton is actually bum. First of all, I
my
drafted
fantasy
him
team.
with my first pick in fantasy.
it's on my team too.
Seventh pick in the draft. Seventh pick in the
didn't
draft.
do
I
that.
drafted him.
I didn't do that though.
I had no
It's on my
choice.
team, but I didn't do that.
I had no choice, right?
who else was on the board?
Like no one that was worth. Considering like when I want to win the category of assists, right? Like no one else that was worth. Bro, the guy is a bomb now. It's Benedict Matherin's team, and the guy they're third in the East with a 500 record. That's bad, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
shoot.
I don't get
But
it.
shout out,
snowboarding?
I want to shout out real fast. Dyson Daniels. Remember we talked about him 2 weeks ago? DPOY.
It's
telling you,
looking
bro.
strong for you.
Telling you, bro, every
DPOY.
game.
Yeah,
6 steals a
Emmanuel.
game, bro.
Emmanuel, what did you say?
So he went snowboarding. He never came back, fam.
Yeah, for real, bro. That guy loves the bun.
I saw him courtside with Caitlin Clark the other
CC,
day.
yeah,
Bro,
CC
this guy
22.
lives in London, Ontario. This guy will not come out of here alive. I'm promising
Oh
you.
man, that guy. Yeah, I don't. I heard something that he was dealing with like some back issues, whatever, back spasm, back whatever. I don't know if that. My thing is like, you never hear about a player's like dealing with something when they're hooping. It's only ever when they're in a slump, kinda, and it's like, well, yeah, back spasms, or yeah, abdominal, whatever that he's got going on.
That is true.
Yeah, I know Tyrese Halliburton's been looking a little bit suspect. And yeah, Emmanuel's point, what's this guy doing off court, bro? 'Cause I don't see him in the gym that much. I just see him out and about doing this, that, and the third. Like, what do we do? It started from the Olympics. You saw at the Olympics, the guy pulled up in a van and like four. If I find the clip, I'm gonna put it up. But this guy pulled up with like 5 girls came out the van and then him. I was like, what the?
It's not being allegations, bro.
Yeah, it's snowing.
Shades of a guy in this call, man.
Not me though.
Whoa. Oh shit.
Not me.
Said not me. Who's not me?
Not me though. Stay safe.
Whoa. But yeah.
Shout out Dua Lipa though.
Here we go. Yo, keep him going, fam. We know you got 10 more names.
Say the whole roster.
Come on, fam. That's a menace.
I'm good. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at. Yeah. Shout out. I'll leave it at that. That was fine.
Dropping names and shit. Yo, we got it.
My bad. Yo, here's that. My bad.
Holy,
This guy's still going.
what the hell's going on?
Let's go. We're good.
Have you guys? We talked about it a little bit before. Actually, shoot. Let's talk about. Have you guys seen the whole injury with Chet? Fractured something in his hip or whatever. He's out for like 2 months, 2.5 months. Now, up until that point, I'm pretty sure OKC were like 11-1 or whatever. Like for a time, they were the only undefeated team next to Cleveland. How is that gonna affect OKC? You think they can still keep it respectable, or you think Chet was that big of a staple in their defense? Because they've been killing it defensively. I think they're leading the league in like every defensive category, like steals, blocks, tips, deflections, everything. Do you think they're gonna be able to survive without Chet, or is it like it's gonna be rough now?
It's him and I Hart, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have SGA, fam.
Yeah, but like interior wise,
the starting center is 6'5", bro.
Yeah, I saw the other day.
Okay, yeah.
Shea was their tallest player at 6'6",
6'6",
in the starting lineup.
That's terrible.
Like, what is that looking like? What are we doing?
Even if the guy's buns, but he's 6'11", he's gonna eat him, bro. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. And it was a bad miss too, because Chet was hooping.
Yeah, no, this should be all right though, because they got good coaching. So I believe in they know. But yeah, I think the thing that sucks with this is that like Chet has already been hurt. Like his first year, he was supposed to be out there. I don't want him to be one of those guys. You know, he's obviously 7 whatever. He's lanky. I don't want those injuries to be piling up on Chet because I like watching him play.
The whole time.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
We'll see, but I think OKC should be okay because they got a good team over there. They're a younger team, obviously, but I really like what they got. And I think because they went to the playoffs last year, everyone's knocking them because, they don't have that experience. I think now, I know it's one playoff appearance with this group, but now that they know what it feels like, and they were the number 1 seed last year, guys. Remember that. I do think they're going to continue to build on it. I really do. I think OKC is coming really soon.
Yeah, I think, speaking of roster construction, like we were saying before, OKC have it. Like, they have all, like, these tenacious two-way guard / wing players that are like I said, they're leading the league in like basically every defensive stat right now. But we talk about Wemby. Have you guys seen that report? We talked about it a little bit starting like before the podcast, before the recording, about the scout that basically said that Wemby's just not impactful at all on offense. What do you guys think about that?
He wasn't, fam. If we're being honest,
what?
To start the year, he wasn't wrong, fam. These last few games, Wemby picked it up, fam. But if you watch the games, he does settle for jump shots, fam. And being like 7-something, fam, I expect you to just a little bit, just dominate a little bit in the paint, you know? Yeah. He kind of settles, fam.
But he hits the jump shots, though.
But he doesn't.
Right now, he doesn't. No, that's the problem. To begin the year, he was not hitting. He had 12-point games.
Wemby's never been an average 3-point shooter. He's always been below average.
Well,
We say
that's fun to
never as
say
if
that
he's
he
been in the
doesn't
league forever.
impact
It's their second year.
No,
You
I'm
know what
talking
I
about
mean?
even when he was in Europe. I'm talking
you're
about he was
right.
not an average 3-point shooter. And the thing is too, and I saw this other thing. I don't know if it was like a direct response to that report saying that his offense is or criticizing the whole jumpers thing, or if he had just said it. But he basically ended up kind of doubling down, saying like, "Oh, these are shots that like I want to include in my development,
Yeah.
and it's part of like a long term plan that I have with the coaching staff." And like, let's keep in mind, bro, it's the San Antonio Spurs. You know what I mean? Like David Robinson, San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan, San Antonio Spurs. You know what I mean? It's like let's not act like they don't know what they're doing with their big man. It's just that you don't have to be a 7'3" Steph Curry, bro. Like it's
But
like,
is
you
it
can
fair
get
to
in the
say
paint.
that at least, okay, let's say last year, right? Like when Sohan was clearly who isn't a point guard starting at the point guard position, and there was many instances that Wemby, who's clear cut the best player on the Spurs, wasn't even getting the ball,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's
That's an
crazy.
issue.
yeah.
So of
That
course,
shouldn't happen.
But that
when you're
doesn't.
in your head at that point, you're not getting the ball, and then you get the ball finally, and then like not that I'm making excuses for him, right? At the end of the day, like you're saying, he is 7 foot. He should do a little bit more than just shoot, but he can shoot, and it's his team, and it is even in the second year, it's his team. I think he should have the freedom to explore his game and develop his game in whatever aspect. If he thinks that, I mean, look at all the best bigs in the league right now. You got Jokic, you got Embiid, you got like all these guys can shoot. Pat, all these guys can shoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's saying don't shoot. It's just that he is settling. Like some of the jump shots that it's not even settling. It's like he wants that shot. Like he wants that step back three contested over whoever, and it's like, what the hell? Like why?
And Milan, you got CP3 now. That was the whole point, right? You weren't getting
bro,
the
but
ball
CP
last year. No,
CP3 in a
CP3's
wheelchair,
only
bro.
job. Yeah, but it's his only job is to make sure Wemby gets the ball, fam. He can do that.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. And the thing is too, like, I don't know if you watch the Spurs play Wemby, he doesn't he looks like, you know what they say in like football, like the low man wins. Like everyone's a low man considering like compared to Wemby. So when he gets down low, it's like they're just bullying him out of the paint, and it's like half of it is like I think he's okay with it because like he said, the shots are what he wants to include in his development, whatever. But I think the other half is like, brother, can you actually hold your own in the paint? Because like for all intents and purposes, if you look at his stats right now, he is having like a sophomore slump, like a bad one too. Like Scotty's sophomore slump was like his numbers are the same. Wemby's numbers are actually down right now. And it's like, I feel like people aren't really that panicked because it's thing. But...
Well,
sorry?
they were so high for the rookie, and at least this year, defensively, like regardless of his offensive numbers have maybe fallen down a little bit. Defensively, the guy's putting what is his second 5x5 game. He's having multiple games with a 7-8 plus blocks a game. Like,
did y'all see that block? Did you guys see that block on Sabonis the other day? I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, that was freaky. Like, what the heck? So, yeah, no, I mean, he's a monster defensively. But, yeah, I don't know. I wonder, what were you going to say, Emmanuel?
I think he doesn't want to get hurt, fam.
Wemby?
Now that I think about it,
yeah.
Because banging down low with all these, and they know they can't stop you. So what are they gonna do?
That's true.
But then put on some weight, put on some muscle.
He actually did. He kind of did.
Yeah, but he said,
look at side by side from last year. He did. It's obviously gonna take more time. Like
exactly.
But the thing is, like, I think he also looks up to KD. So is he thinking, yo, let me play that style of basketball offensively? So. That might be the case.
I think so. I think he's definitely taking more of the KD archetype.
Such a waste, fam. Bro, you're 7'4", 7'5", bro. Stop shooting, bro. Broski, fam.
But KD shoots like no one else shoots. I know, but let's give him
a That's how I feel about Cat sometimes,
though. Best offensive player of all time, fam.
I think the other thing is with KD too. It's like he's like a regular 7. Like that sounds crazy to say. You're a regular 7-footer, but it's like there's other 7-footers out there where it's like, okay, if you want to make shooting your thing, that's okay. There is not that many 7'3", 7'4".
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
once you get up there, it's like, or I at least expect 10 rebounds every game. Fam, he has games where he has 5-6 rebounds.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, he doesn't be getting on the boards like that.
Yeah, if you get like 4 boards, that's not acceptable.
He doesn't want to get it. He doesn't want. You know what I'm saying, I said, oh, no, he's not comfortable down there.
But yeah, no, I mean, shoot, I don't know. I feel like people aren't that worried about it because it's Wemby at the end of the day. I saw this thing, bro, the expectations that this guy had. I've seen articles where they were, I think it was an ESPN article, and they were asking like their own writers, whatever, like, oh, how many rings is he gonna win? How many MVPs? Like, not like is he gonna win rings? It was like how many is he going to win? And it showed like them polling it. Like most people think he's gonna finish with this amount of MVPs and this amount of rings and yada yada yada, which is crazy to do for someone that just is coming off the rookie year. Granted, like one of the greatest rookie seasons we've ever seen. Guy almost went DPOY, but yeah, man, that's nuts. So I feel like the fact that mind you, first 10 games of the NBA season, whoop-de-doo, it's a little bit underwhelming. I feel like people are obviously going to kind of perk their ears up at that and kind of just be a little more aware of it. You know what I'm saying? Other guys that I guess we don't talk about that much and we probably should have been. Well, actually, no, I think Emmanuel was talking about, Milan was talking about him. Paulo Banchero, obviously he's out for the next however long now with some kind of injury. So the Magic, I don't know how the Magic are even doing this, but I wanted to get into this. So we talked about MVP talks, like early MVP talks or whatever. And most people, I said Tatum. I think Emmanuel said Tatum.
Yeah, I said Tatum.
I said it was too early to tell.
It is too early to tell. It's really just
because we did it like the first. We did it within the first 7 games.
It's way too early to tell.
It's too early.
I would say Jokic.
Yeah, Luka's fine. Luka, Jokic, whatever. But low key, if
Shout
we
out
were
Emmanuel.
Bro, Jokic doesn't want to be here, fam, and that's why he's not winning this year.
He's balling though.
Yeah, he's got 29, 11, and 13.
Yeah, bro, he can win MVP. He's not winning a chip, fam. It's over, fam.
Oh,
He has a chip. He has a chip.
Oh, but he's not winning anymore, fam. It's over. That
Okay, maybe not this year. Maybe not this year.
You know what? Maybe it is this year, though. Maybe it was Russ this year. Imagine he wins one of the Russ.
Look,
That'd be great. That'd be great to see.
Imagine he wins one of the Russ.
That'd be great for basketball.
We're gonna get Russ in the same.
Like you take Jokic
Yeah,
out of that team.
chill, bro.
In
Chill
terms
my
of
dog,
value,
bro.
right? You take Jokic out of that team. That team's not winning games at all.
Yeah,
That's true.
for sure.
That's
If
true.
you take Jokic off of the Denver Nuggets, they're not a team.
They're not winning games at all.
Yeah,
That does anything.
but I feel
Like,
like
at all.
I feel like you can kind of make a similar case with Paulo, bro. Like the Magic are not watchable without Paulo.
No,
think
but they're
they're
winning
okay.
games though, bro.
Like they're
Are
okay,
they
like,
winning
even
games?
last year.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, they got a 1-2. They got Franz Wagner. He's pretty good.
Suggs has been good this year, bro.
You know, Franz
You
is
know,
loving
Suggs
that
in
Paulo's
starting
up.
point guard position.
Yeah, of course, fam. He's amped. What?
Yeah, bro. In Franz's head, the Magic is his team and only his
Fact.
team. Bro.
100%, fam.
Yeah, that
But
guy's.
pour one out for what's it, Markel, bro. I missed like on.
Oh, I don't even think he's in the league no more.
Markel-
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, Markel Fultz is out of the
Come on,
league.
fam. How could
That's
you
why
miss
they're
someone that
saying,
never
yeah.
played?
Oh man.
No, he was nice in his
he
last
played.
year in Orlando. He was nice in his last
Look
year
at
in
the
This
Orlando.
guy
high
said,
school
"What's
highlights
there?"
and shit.
This guy said, "What's there to miss?"
Emmanuel's so cutthroat with players.
Let's be honest, fam. Who remembers the Markel Fultz highlight, fam? Go on,
He was nice at Washington though. He was nice at Washington though.
He was kind of turning his career around. He was kind of
Washington,
turning
he
his
was-
career
he was
around.
dumb.
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
it going on when he.
You guys
was-
are saying that if I go look at his stats, it's gonna be like 5-2 and 2, fam.
No,
He was
that's
dumb
not-
for a reason, fam.
Let me see Markel.
He was hooping though before his contract
Full
ran out.
career
He was
stats
doing well.
in the league.
It's the laugh that's so
He's so
foul.
unserious, bro.
Let me see, bro.
He's so
I wanna see
unserious.
it, bro.
But
Markel,
yeah, no, the Magic
Nah,
It's the
without
laugh
Paulo's
that's
been.
foul, bro.
Yeah, we'll see how that looks with Orlando. They got a pretty good team though around him, like when he's out there. So we'll see that they're just gonna have to, figure stuff out. I do think Wagner's gonna have to hold it down for the time being. But it just goes back to the Eastern Conference though, like real quick, just back on that topic. It's just a shocker of how bad the play has been in the Eastern Conference compared to the West. And I've seen a lot of talks like recently. Over the last few years, it's been there, but recently, for sure, because the West is so strong and the East isn't. Do you guys feel the NBA should just do away with the conferences? Because I
Like 1 through
disagree.
16?
Yeah, I disagree.
You don't think so?
let's-
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
even
not-
though-
if
even
travel
though-
wasn't an issue for the playoffs, I always thought it should have been 1 through 16.
Oh, were you talking about just
it's
playoffs?
weird.
No, like even in general, like, do you think like because playoffs in general, like, do you think they should just do a system where it's like, yeah, like the 1 through 16 at the end of the year, y'all go to the playoffs in a tournament, and you guys battle it out, and we might have like a Lakers and I don't know Nuggets finals,
Honestly-
like two West teams, like.
Honestly, yeah, especially this season because you just look like what was I just saying before? Indiana's third at 5-5. They'd be 11th in the West. You know what I mean? So
They're
it's
not,
like I
they're not
think
making
it's,
116, yeah.
that's what I mean. So yeah, honestly, it would make more sense. I was thinking more of like the All Star thing because I know for a few years they got away from the East West All Stars and it just became a draft, and then now for some reason they went back to that. They're gonna have to get rid of that again, bro, because right now the West is gonna stomp the East out. Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know how it's
The
gonna
problem
look,
is that
but
draft that get awkward though. Like when
Good.
KD's not drafting
good.
Harden because they're
Good.
beefing on Brooklyn and yada yada yada.
That's good TV right there.
Yeah, it was good.
It
TV.
is.
That was great
Great.
TV.
Jokic last pick,
Yeah,
but he
like,
doesn't play.
Fam, that
The
lets
game's not
you know
for him, though.
everything you need to know, fam. Come
Bro,
on.
why
Still
do
the
they
best
hate
player on the
Jokic
court.
like that, bro?
Still the best player in the league.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't
Emmanuel's
know,
just
he's-
against European players, bro.
Yeah,
Nah,
bro,
I
this
just
guy's
feel like,
Gilbert
fam,
Arenas.
I'm not,
Like,
bro,
you
I
know?
only like people that like me, fam. I'm not gonna like someone that doesn't like the NBA. Every chance he gets, he tells us he doesn't even want to be here, fam.
Nah, yeah, you
Husky,
have
they
a
told
point.
him he has to go to a parade. He was mad. He was mad that he had to go to the parade, fam. Like, yo, what is this, bro? Damn, like, I really
He's just
gotta
trying to
go.
be with the
Like,
horses, bro. He's trying to be with the horses back home, man.
the horses, fam.
Cut him
Like,
some
that's
slack,
what to me.
bro.
Jokic could have been the face of the league like 2 years ago, fam. That's the only reason he's not, fam. He's not marketable, fam.
Yeah, we were
Well,
talking
you know,
about
the
that's-
group, the
I
group
hate
commercial.
that.
Shout
I
out to
hate that.
Despicable
Nah,
Me.
That's such
Yeah,
a
that's
weird
Fam. How's
conversation.
that not
commercial.
true? Land, it's a business, fam. How am I
Messi's
gonna
not
market-
marketable, but Messi is clearly a great player. You get what I'm saying? That
Messi's
doesn't
iconic.
change that he's a great player, bro.
Yeah, but Messi loves football. Like, you're not gonna speak to Messi and he's gonna be like, I don't want
Yeah,
to
it's
be
kind
here,
of
fam.
true.
But he
Jokic.
doesn't hate to lose like Ronaldo hates to lose, or maybe he does, but he doesn't show it as much. You get what I'm saying? That's why
yes.
Ronaldo's more marketable. I don't agree.
No. But there's a difference. You're saying he doesn't like to lose as much as Ronaldo, but also when you talk to him, he doesn't hate the sport. When you talk to Jokic, like borderline, he's
He
being
doesn't actually hate
forced to
the
be here,
sport, bro. He doesn't actually hate the sport, though. We all know that.
But Broski,
You
when
don't play
ask him
something-
questions- No, Jelani, be objective, fam. When they ask him about
I'm
the
always
league,
objective. I'm always
does he
objective.
sound? No, you're not always objective.
I am.
But
I am.
When he ask him about the league, does he sound excited, fam? Does he sound
No,
like he wants
he
to be
doesn't.
here, fam?
Bro, but
Yeah.
he's Serbian.
Listen,
You never met these Eastern European men. This is the men I grew up with, bro. They
but
they don't show
that's
emotion.
my point. Yeah, but fam, I can't market that. For me,
Doesn't matter, bro. He's better than everyone. He doesn't have to be marketable. He's better than everyone else.
But he's still not the face of the
You know what's
league.
marketable? Winning games and putting up 30, 10, and 10.
Broski,
That's
but he's-
marketable.
Was Jokic ever the face of the NBA?
He doesn't have to be. He's winning games.
You would expect him to be. You guys
Yeah,
are saying
because
he's the
even
best
Yeah,
because
the
even
league.
after
Come on,
the
fam.
finals, I remember after the 2023 finals, like you would expect more talks about
Yeah,
Jokic.
bro said, "I want
There
the
were like in terms of his legacy, there were talks, right? But there were also times where it's like, yo, I don't care. I don't care that the Nuggets did anything. So I do get where Emmanuel is coming from, and as a Jokic fan, of course, it's like this reminds me of because I'm a huge Tim Duncan fan, right? That's why I grew up
That guy's
watching
not
the
marketable.
Spurs all the time.
Top 5
But-
players.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. I just see like there's so many parallels there. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, for people that do care about the game, like
The
what
league.
floor and the image, yeah, Jokic is not your guy. He's just not. Let's just be honest, right? Because again, the amount of times that it looks like he's forced
Yeah.
to talk to media.
It's uncomfortable to watch, man.
But
It
you,
is- it
but
is-
you know that it's like a
Because at this point, because I like Jokic a lot. Y'all know this, man. But I think this gimmick is old. I think it's old now. Because I remember the opening, like I think was it Media Day or I can't remember, but it was like earlier on. And you just see how he's annoyed with being here. He was talking to he was talking to the media. And look, I know the media is probably annoying for these players. But it's in the contract. Okay, it's in the contract. And the media is the reason why you make the money. And it's the reason why we watch the games. Okay, so anyway, I digress. But I remember like he didn't seem like he wanted to be here. And I was like, bro, this is the 4th or 5th year in a row we're dealing with this gimmick, man. Please. I know you don't want to be here. The horses will be there. They're not going anywhere. They will be there in the off season. All right. But let's just lock in. We're good, man. We're good. And I know what it is, bro. It's tough. Emmanuel does make some points. As a Jokic fan, I am being objective here. I do wish he was one of those guys that had a bit more personality, but if he doesn't, he doesn't. We just got to deal with it.
I feel like I'm actually kind of surprised that he doesn't just up and go to the Euro Leagues or something like that, for where the media is a little bit more quiet.
He would though, like he so would.
But he
probably will at the end of his career
because he has no personality.
He's probably holding down his village by himself, fam.
Yeah, but if you hate the media this much, then it's like, fam, go play in the Serbian league.
I know, but you can hate the media, but over 200 mil?
You're already rich.
There's no such thing as enough money, man.
But he said the money. I was watching a podcast with him during the off season. He sat down with Michael Porter Jr.'s show. And this was the show where I seen like this was the most raw like Jokic we've seen. Like the most real Jokic. He said, the money doesn't matter to me. Like it truly doesn't.
See what I'm saying?
And I know guys say that it's like cliche, but when I was listening to him speak, like I don't really think he cares for that.
I mean, shoot, I wouldn't care for money that much either if I already had $1 billion in the bank. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, 200 million. You're already
and he
rich.
doesn't care for being a superstar. He knows he's a superstar, but he says like it bothers him when he can't go anywhere without camera in his face or something like that. Yeah. Or like he said he was with his daughter and he's getting harassed.
It's a camera. People want to see you, bro. Cry me a river, bro. There are people that don't have water. Like, come on, fam. Let's be honest, bro. These are very first world problems, fam. Like,
no, because then I remember Kawhi going after they won the championship. He was in Niagara. Bro, the guy couldn't walk with his family around Niagara Falls without getting bombarded by every Canadian on earth asking.
Still left us.
Yeah, but that's part of being.
That's love. Yeah, fam.
That's part of being a big athlete.
It comes back to what I talked about a couple weeks ago with social media being an issue, bro. Because before fucking Twitter showed us where everyone is, just you could just be a person and leave and go walk somewhere, and then maybe it'd be spotted in a tabloid. Couple days later, Kawhi Leonard accidentally seen a Niagara Falls. Like, bro, leave the guy alone. Let the guy breathe.
But you know what the thing is too, though, and this is purely devil's advocate and also just like a talking point. I feel like as far as Kawhi goes, anyways, I feel like Kawhi is gonna be marketed in terms of where. Oh my God, we've seen Kawhi here, we've seen Kawhi there, because the guy makes a point of not being seen anywhere. Versus someone like. I don't know if you guys see on Twitter. Josh Hart is on Twitter just giving away.
Oh, he's hilarious.
He's a good account.
So I feel like depending on the kind of player you are. Now I'm not saying Josh Hart is nearly as big a superstar as any of these guys that we're talking about, because that's not true. But I feel like part of the whole not speculation, but the spotlight on you whenever you're in public is if if you're not seen in public that often, and it's like, holy shit, this is so and so here versus. Oh, yeah, he's here every week. You know what I mean? It's like people are going to stop that kind of, holy crap, so-and-so's here at this place because this, that, and the third, whatever. If you're here more often than not and you're seen in a public light, people are going to not be so fazed by you being a real person. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that kind of comes into it. And with Jokic, like I said, that guy doesn't give a damn about what he's doing in public. He's just kind of there. Luka's drinking beer and everything like that out on the streets, so I feel like he's able to. I seen him at a bar once. Well, I didn't see him, but on Twitter, he was at the bar. He was at a bar or something like that, just with one of his.
Doncic, bro.
Yeah,
Luka's marketable. He's marketable though.
Yeah, he is very.
Because he has that magic touch.
I think Jokic is definitely marketable. It's just that he makes a point of saying. I don't want to go home. Yeah.
I don't want to be.
If you had a more neutral stance, it probably would be more justifiable. That's why I think it's going to be Anthony Edwards personally, because that guy loves the spotlight. I think.
Nah.
But you don't think so? You think Jason Tatum Wemby.
Oh, he got to win.
Ja.
You think Ja? That
Ja
guy
is
lost
crazy.
his claim. That guy lost his
Modern day
claim.
Gilbert Arenas,
I know. He's still my guy, though. I don't
Yo,
care.
the commissioner might have him on a different type of list, fam.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to do a lot to come back, fam.
That guy is not being the face of the NBA given what's happened the last year or two.
Come on, broski.
Imagine like facing a crazy band, like thinking you learned a lesson, then facing another band after, bro. Like,
Yeah.
like doing the same thing again.
Bro, Emmanuel said before, like, imagine the commissioner taking time to meet with you.
Out of his schedule, fam.
And you're gonna lie to his face about I've changed and this, that, and the third. Oh man.
Broski,
Yeah.
next week just to do the same thing, fam. Broski. Me, some of these players, they be out of my league, fam. I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. Go sit down somewhere, bro.
This wouldn't happen in David Stern's NBA, bro.
Yeah, no cap.
Not my NBA.
But moving on, we'll talk about NFL, close it out now. Lamar Jackson for MVP. Was that his third? This would be his third one, Jelani, I think. Third MVP after beating Joe Burrow. Barely beating Joe Burrow. There was a lot of missed calls. Did you guys watch that game at all? I don't know if you guys caught that game. There's a lot of missed calls getting down to that final drive there. A lot of face masks, a lot of unnecessary roughness, some holding calls that just weren't called for Cincinnati. Obviously, tried to go for I think they went for the 2, right? Yeah, they went for a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, didn't get it.
Yeah, didn't get it. There was a face mask. There was arguably a holding on the other side of the field. It was just a whole lot of everything. But nonetheless, I don't know if that really would have had a impact on the MVP. Like maybe it would have a little bit, but like
Not that much.
Lamar had done what he had
not.
done already, regardless of how that game was going to turn out.
Yeah.
And I feel like at this point, because I don't know if you've seen the graphs that have been put up of like, oh, his stats the first 10 games of the season this year versus last year. And it's better this year. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's putting up even better numbers. You can't argue against it. You know what I mean? You can't argue against it.
Yeah, he's because last year I think it's also because the MVP race wasn't that good. Because it was him, it was Dak Prescott, it was Josh Allen. So those were the 3 guys that were really up for it. But Josh Allen kind of tapered off. Dak, we know the Cowboys can't beat a good team. So that's why Lamar ended up winning. This year, Lamar is just going crazy, and he's on pace for great numbers. Like 4,000 plus yards, which is great. Obviously, 41-ish touchdown passes, which is great. And he hasn't turned the ball over, which is obviously fantastic. So I think if the Ravens continue to win games, which I expect, like they're a good team, they're near the top of the AFC. Like the Steelers right now lead their division. So if the playoffs started today, the Ravens would be in the wild card against the Texans, I believe. That's how the playoffs looking right now. But regardless, I think the Ravens will keep winning games. If so, Lamar Jackson should be this MVP. I won't dismiss other players. There are other ballers right now. Josh Allen, I know I have agendas against you, but you're playing really well, my brother. But you will lose this weekend to the Magoat Holmes, as per usual. He's been playing really well. Yes, Milan. Question.
Hey, not per usual was a little harsh because was he not?
Yeah.
Is it not fair to say that he was a coin toss away from when he completely outplayed him? Right.
I'll give you that the head to head. Josh has actually beat Patrick in the regular season numerous times. It's just all we're asking is the playoffs, right? And I know the overtime.
That's all I want. That's all I want as a Bills fan.
Yeah, the overtime rules suck. That the Bills fans weren't happy with the overtime. The Bills cried about it. They changed the overtime rule, and yeah, it's still kind of bad. But yeah, Josh is playing really well. Jared Goff, he just lost out on the MVP because he was the most efficient quarterback, and then he threw 5 interceptions in a win the other day. And then you might look at Jalen Hurts on the outside. I don't believe it. He's playing well though, and they crushed the Cowboys, who suck. And then you got who else? I hate the Cowboys, by the way. I love them, but I hate them. I actually hate them. Jerry Jones. Yeah.
Yo,
Jerry-
time out. I don't even
Yo,
want to interrupt you
yeah.
like that.
What's up?
Did
What's
you
up?
see what CD Lamb said about the current? So they spent, I don't know how much money they spent on this new stadium. Yeah,
billions.
billions of dollars on this new stadium that they got, whatever.
Dumbass.
And they the way they lined up the field, there's a big ass window on one side of the stadium that the sun always shines through. So they had a drive. I don't know if it was to win the game or not, but they had a drive near the end of the game, I think. And CD Lamb got thrown a ball, dropped it, or I don't even think he came out basically saying, "Yeah, I didn't even see the ball because we need curtains over the thing, or over the window." And Jerry Jones, because he's just a great guy, came out and said, "What, you want to tear down the whole stadium because you couldn't see the ball?" And it's like, brother, no one said tear down the stadium. We just said cover it up when we have the ball. Because, like, I get it. Like, at one point, the opposing team is going to have the ball, and they're going to be in and around that area where it's going to mess them up. But so will you. So it's just like, what are we doing? Jelani, man, that sucks. Jerry Jones is comedic.
Just Jelani, I got you, right? Just to wrap up that MVP talk, yeah, Patrick Mahomes, if the Chiefs keep winning, they're there. Anyway, I went off on Jerry last week. I don't know if we've seen a more pure CTE. I really don't know if we've seen the levels of CTE that we've seen from Jerry Jones. He doesn't make any sense to me because he built they call it Jerry's World, okay? AT&T Stadium is Jerry's World. It's a fantastic state-of-the-art stadium. All these nice stadiums have popped up because of what he built, okay? I get it. But when he built it, he understood that, when the sun sets, we usually play at 4 o'clock, America's game of the week during that window, or the nighttime game. So during the 4 o'clock window games, he said, yo, God's light is going to shine on Jerry's World, on the Dallas Cowboys, right? On God's team. This guy didn't think about the fact that there are 2 teams playing, right? He was like, yeah, we're going to distract the away team, for sure. What about when your team needs to catch the ball? Oh my God. I'll tell you this, guys, right now. There's like 4 games off rip. I can say we've lost because that sunlight has distracted our guys from catching the ball. Okay?
No way.
And one of them was a playoff game. Okay? Against the Niners in 2021. The day I stopped believing in the Dallas Cowboys. we had it was a 3rd and long. We needed some points. We needed to get something going. We were throwing the ball. The sun is right there. Like, you can't see a thing if you're there on the field. Jerry makes no sense to me. He wants to beef everybody in Dallas that says anything wrong about him. Why does my owner have a hit on Tuesdays on a podcast? I don't understand it. Imagine your favorite team in your other sport, your owner, whoever runs your team, has a podcast, is featured on a radio show talking nonsense. Give me a break. Anyway, yeah, Lamar's the MVP.
Yeah, by far. I think the only other guy I'd be willing to entertain is like Josh Allen, but
yeah,
Lamar's, What are you gonna say, Milan?
No, like Josh Allen.
Oh yeah.
If Mahomes not playing that great, up to his standard, but the Chiefs can't lose. So if they keep winning,
This guy, man.
you know,
He will find a way to sneak Mahomes in the conversation, fam.
No, it's
have to
true
push
though.
the
I
So,
guess-
and rightfully so.
Yeah.
But it's just to diminish like what Josh Allen does to Mahomes in their head-to-head games is not fair.
I think Josh he's played really well against, except for like 2020 championship game. He didn't really do it, but he was younger then, he's still getting the groove of things. But since then, yeah, he's definitely matched up with Mahomes. Last year, I won't blame Josh for the loss. I look at the fact they missed the field goal. Hate to bring it up, Bills fans.
Sucks.
And also Stephon Diggs, he dropped a
Don't
wide.
get me started on Stephon Diggs right now, bro.
If he catches that ball, it's either maybe the Bills in the Super Bowl or the Ravens in the Super Bowl. But I guess we'll never know. 3 rings. Mahomes' agendas to be pushed.
Milan, at least Stephon Diggs still got Cardi B. You feel me?
What?
Took it
What?
from
Yeah,
upset, you feel me?
entertainment section, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. I can't lie. I didn't even
Yeah,
know
they
that.
didn't
say
know
he's
that?
the one that got with
Yeah.
Cardi B when she was
Cardi B.
pregnant, and then Offset, he's like, "Yo, I hate the
man.
Texans, man. I hate
Nah.
that." And now he's hurt a whole year. People are like, "Yo, that's karma. That's crazy." By the way,
That
don't
is-
say that.
Yeah, that's nuts. Well, yeah, man. That's if you guys, man, we might have a second podcast on the way. We talk about all this type of entertainment.
Skyler doesn't want to play the lines, man.
Bro, this is great because some of the stuff, you know,
Crazy.
some of the stuff I don't
Emmanuel
know. If we
almost
can,
got canceled like 3 times on one episode.
yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like it's
hold on,
better
hold
if
on,
we just.
Bro, I was
that's
keeping
really
it real,
funny,
fam.
yeah.
I feel like I be saying what everybody be thinking, fam.
but
You just gotta go. You gotta go on Twitter, bro.
no,
You
but
got-
see,
you need
that's the
Twitter,
thing. Emmanuel, you dropped this line on Milan before, but you have to understand, Emmanuel. Not everybody thinks like you, fam. You know what I
Hey, you love to
mean?
use that against me.
Not
You love to use
everybody
that one
thinks like you.
against- He loves to use that one
You
on
just
me.
be saying all that, but yeah, man. Episode 4 Northside Talks. We're back next week for episode 5. Thank y'all for listening. Me boy Skyler Gonzalez, Pressure Made Manu, Jelani Goodridge Reed, Milan Stanchu, signing off. Y'all be easy.